I do not shoot content every day. I shoot content days. I pick one day to shoot multiple pieces of content. On those days, I have my content ideas ready and about 5 changes of clothes. I knock out at least 1 week's worth of content in one day. Welcome to content distribution. Now, you've already learned your first lesson, which is content days. The beauty of content is it can be shot in bulk. You can shoot a ton of content in one day and then be free for the rest of the week or the rest of the month. That's the beauty of content. You can knock it all out. Now, I don't want you to take content days as a strong, strict rule. I'm not saying, hey, you have to shoot content this way, because there are going to be plenty of times where you have a great idea and you want to go knock that piece of content out. Or you pass a beautifully, aesthetically pleasing place and you want to hop out of your car and knock that content out. So I'm not saying, hey, you can only shoot on content days. I'm just saying content days are a surefire way to be able to keep it consistent, because you know if you set up that content day, you're going to knock out 5, 10, 15 pieces of content that you're going to have ready for you for the rest of the week, month, etc. Lesson number 1, definitely content days. I wanted to be able to share that with you so you never get overwhelmed about content. Now, content distribution really breaks down into 2 parts. It breaks down to how do I schedule my content and where do I release my content. So let's talk scheduling your content. Here's the beauty of what you learned last week. You have so many different tools in your toolbox. It starts to become very easy to schedule a good amount of posts. Like I always tell people, I want to have a minimum of 2 posts a day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's 6 days. We're going to exclude the 7th day. That's 6 days, 2 pieces of content a day. What is that? 12 pieces of content, right? So if I know I need to have 12 pieces of content and I look at my toolbox and I say, okay, how much direct content do I have? You know, whether that be produced content or personal content. How much indirect content do I have? Like, have I put together some potential trends for my songs? Have I put together some storytelling pieces? Have I begun documenting? Have I begun capturing different moments or talking to the camera or just documenting when I'm talking to my friends? Have I looked at my phone and seen what content I have that I can repurpose to my music? Have I got user-generated content? Like, are people making content to my music? When you start to look at all your different tools in the toolbox, it becomes very easy to post 12 pieces of content in 1 week. So here we are. We know we want to post 12 pieces of content in this week. So the question then becomes, okay, my direct content. I know I want people to know that my music exists. I want them to know that it's out. So how many times a week do I want to post that? How many times a week do I want to directly promote that my music is out? Let's say I'm pulling from my catalog. Let's not even talk about new music here. Let's just say we have a catalog that we want to begin working. We have 30 songs out. So I know I'm posting twice a day. How many times do I want to put out direct content? Let's say I have a few music videos. Out of those 30 songs, 3 of them have music videos. So if I take a piece out of each music video, that means I have 3 pieces. So I might say, okay, I'm going to give them 1 piece of direct content every other day this week. We're going week by week. So this week, I have 1 piece of direct content that I took from my music video. But then on top of that, I want them to really know I love my own music. So I'm going to give them 1 piece of personal content. So those same 3 songs, that timestamp, like those 3 songs, we picked a timestamp out of each one of them. If you followed me last week, as far as picking timestamps, then you understand. So here we are. We have 3 music videos, 3 songs that we've selected out of our 30-song catalog. We've chopped pieces out of those timestamps out of those music videos. So we have 1 piece out of those music videos. Now we're going to say I'm going to make a personal piece of that same timestamp for each of those 3 songs. So now I say, okay, every other day I'm going to drop a personal piece of content. With our direct content, we have now covered 1 piece of content every day. We have a direct, then a personal, then a direct, then a personal, then a direct, then a personal. We've now covered 6 pieces of content this week. Now I say, you know what? That's my music. I want them to know I have music out. But I also want them to know a bit about me and my personality. So I'm going to create some storytelling pieces of content. And so I'm going to do that by creating content, and I'm also going to do that by taking some of my repurposing moments. So again, you have to have paid close attention last week to be able to understand what we're doing this week. So if you haven't watched last week's course, go back and watch it. So let's say I'm going to do some storytelling pieces that I'm going to create. I'm going to make those pieces of content, and I'm going to put one of those out every other day. So now we have one piece of storytelling content that we create. So we got 3 pieces of content that we know we have to go create, right? Then we have some repurposing. So we're going to do some storytelling with content we already had in our phone that we found. So now we repurposed content as well. So what do I have here? I have direct content coming out every day, whether that be from a music video or visualizer, or whether that be personal content that I'm putting out on those other days. I have storytelling content, whether that be the content that I shot or the content that I repurposed. So now I've already covered my 12 pieces of content that's coming out this week, and I haven't even got into documenting. I haven't even got into user-generated content. I haven't even created any content, any trends to my music. You see, so when you have all of these tools in your toolbox, it now becomes very easy to be consistent with your content. That's what I'm trying to teach you guys and trying to train you guys. I want you guys to be the elite, the top 1% of artists in the game. And so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do it by understanding our toolbox. We can do direct content that's produced or personal. We can do indirect, meaning we can create some trends, or we can do some storytelling. We always are documenting, so we can take that content and chop it up. So boom, we already have. So let's go back to our content calendar, right? We have 6 pieces of content that are direct. We have 6 pieces of content that are 3 of them are from indirect and 3 of them are from repurposing. Now let's say we've been documenting. So it's like, man, I have all this content I documented. I want to put out, I want to put out at least 3 of those a week. So now, guess what? We've now upped our content to 3 posts a day on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then you know what? Fans have been making stuff to my music. I want to put that out. So now we go those other days that only have 2. So now we've upped our content to 3 posts a day. And the more we pay attention to our toolbox and create in our toolbox and pay attention to what's being made out there with user-generated content, the more we document, you start to see the pattern. We start to be able to, okay, now we can do 4 pieces of content a day. Now we can do 6 pieces of content a day because we know the tools in our toolbox. And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. So this is how we go about scheduling our content. But we basically look at all of our content that we have and we say, okay, how do we want to distribute that content? We know we want to keep our direct content in people's faces, so we're going to post 1 piece of direct content every day. We know we want people to understand our story and understand about us, so we're going to keep 1 storytelling piece of content going every day. We know we want to show love to our fans, so every day we're going to post a UGC content to show love to our fans. That's how we schedule content, and that's how we operate as a media business. Remember, at the beginning of this, I told you guys we are no longer in the music business, we are in the media business. And so now I hope you have a great understanding of your content distribution and your content toolbox. And now you understand how to scale, because if I understand these different tools in my toolbox, I understand how to begin adding on content every day. And so that's how we do it. So next, I want to get into how do we distribute this content. Now we know how to plan, how to schedule, how to use our tools. Now we have it all scheduled out for the week or for the month. Let's go ahead and distribute it. So let's talk content distribution. Where do we put our content? There are 4 places I want you to really focus: IG Reels, Facebook Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Now, anytime we pull content from our toolbox, anytime we pull content from here, we're making it real size. We're making it that vertical content. That content needs to get posted across all 4 of these channels. You post on IG Reels, you post on Facebook Reels, you post on TikTok, you post on YouTube Shorts. Now, here's something that you need to know just as an avid content creator. Normally what we're going to do is we're going to go on TikTok and we're going to put our headline on it inside of TikTok. So you know that when blah, 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 or POV, or whatever that copy, that headline copy that's going across, We're gonna put it on TikTok, and we're probably gonna add the music if we're adding some sort of music inside of TikTok if the music isn't already embedded in the video. The key to this is you have to download it before you post to TikTok. And TikTok has that feature. Once you add the words, music, etc., there's a download button on the top right corner. You hit that download button, and that way you have that clip, and you can post that same clip to IG, Facebook, and YouTube Shorts. Very important key. So you input the headline, and you input music if you're putting music on it, if it's not already in the video. And you download it before you post, because after you post, you're not going to be able to download it without that TikTok watermark. All right, so that's an important key. So now that we know that, we're going to put everything in on TikTok, download it, and then go ahead and post in the version that we downloaded. We're going to post on IG, Facebook, and YouTube Shorts. We're going to post that same content across all of these formats. Here's the only difference. YouTube Shorts differs from TikTok, Facebook, and IG in the sense that the way that YouTube Shorts shows up on the consumer screen, they see the caption before they hit play. All of these, you see the video and then you look at the caption. YouTube Shorts, they see the caption first. So what does that mean for you? That means if your caption isn't super engaging, super, hate to say it, clickbaity, most likely they're going to skip over your short. So this is the one that we always change the caption on. These captions are always pretty much uniform, but YouTube Shorts, we change the caption because we have to put something super engaging or clickbaity to get them to even watch the video. So that's a major key. Now, another major key, again, I want you guys to be avid content creators. I want you guys to be the best, the top 1%. So I'm giving you the keys that make sure you're doing this properly. Another major key is you can connect your Instagram to your Facebook. So that way, when you post your Instagram reel, it automatically goes to your Facebook reels, and that'll save you a step. So make sure your Facebook and Instagram is connected, and you have it set up that when you post a reel here, it automatically posts as a reel on Facebook. Also, if you are posting direct to Facebook, don't just hit post. You have to actually go into the Reels platform and post it as a reel, because they'll allow you to post the video as just a regular post. You don't want to do that. You want to post it as a reel. So you have to go inside the Reels platform inside of Facebook and then post it. Make sure you post as a reel. So again, we're posting across all these different platforms. Now, that tip I gave you in the beginning of putting the words on TikTok and then downloading, that's not a must. You don't have to do that. You can post across all of these. Like IG and Facebook allow you to put the words on it. YouTube Shorts allows you to put the words on it. So you can do it that way. That's just a tip for you for ease of use. This is what we do to make it easier, because that way we only have to put the headline on there one time. We put it on TikTok and download it and upload it. But all of these allow you to put your own headlines on them. So it's not a must. It's just a tip that we do to make it easier. So these are the 4 places we want to focus on. Now, the next thing I want to make sure you understand is these all have other features that you can take advantage of. Instagram, you can still post pictures and do very well on there. You know, I advise you to continue to post pictures. YouTube Shorts, obviously YouTube has long form content. Long form content is great for retention. These short pieces of content just bring the audience in. They grant you eyeballs. But once you get those eyeballs, how do you keep them? And long form content is a positive way to really keep that fan retention. So that's not just music videos, that's blogs or blogging, you know what I mean? Documenting, podcasting, anything you want to do that is long form, definitely do that on your YouTube channel, as well as YouTube has YouTube communities where, once again, we take pictures, same way we do on IG, and we post those pictures. Pictures do very well on YouTube community. They also do very well on Facebook. And so don't discredit pictures, even though we're really focused on Reels. So post your pictures on Facebook, post your pictures on Instagram, and post your pictures on YouTube community. You know, make sure you're posting those pictures across the board. Now I want to talk about a few more places that you do want to post your content. These are the 4 focus ones. These are the main focus. But I don't want to leave out Snapchat. You can take this same content and post it on Snapchat. I don't want to leave out Twitter. You can take the same visual, real content and post it on Twitter. Things go viral on Twitter all day long. Obviously on Twitter you can have your tweets and you can, tweet your short sentences and phrases, your feelings, your ideas, your thoughts, and that's great. I love Twitter for that. But you can also post this same visual content on Twitter. So I don't want to leave out Snapchat. I don't want to leave out Twitter. And I also don't even want to leave out Threads. You can post the same stuff on Threads. So having those accounts are great. And if you have the bandwidth to be able to post across all of those, definitely do so. But if your bandwidth is tight, focus on these 4. These are the main 4 that we focus on to distribute our content. But if you have the bandwidth, definitely don't leave out Snapchat, Twitter, and Threads. Go ahead and post on those as well. And so that's content distribution. That's how you schedule your content. That's how you distribute your content. This is very important for you to understand because as we spoke about, we are in the content era. We are in the media business. This is how you guys are going to become the top 1% by understanding this information. And this is one of the top ways to do it, by pulling in those eyeballs and creating those fans and turning them into community members. Once you build that community, you can begin to sell your music. You can begin to sell anything that you want. And this is the top way to do it. So I hope you guys learned a lot about the content era. Again, spread the word. And I'll see you Thursday where we'll discuss content distribution.